What's up, everybody? It's your girl Kiwan, and I am back with another episode of Somebody's Son, Season 1, Episode 11, I Choose Me. Y'all make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell button so you can be updated on every video that I drop. Make sure you are liking the videos so we can kind of stay in the algorithm of things, y'all. Sorry about that. I was just trying to fix some clothes. Anyway, don't forget, tonight I go live at 7:30, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time with the Black Girls Then podcast, discussing divorce sisters and family and fiance. All right, y'all make sure y'all go over there and check it out. We're gonna have a good time. Bring your popcorn and whatnot. All right, anyway, here we go. So we back over at Chad and Mama Katina. Jasmine says Lauren was the glue for her and Paige. Katina says the energy shift when Lauren left the house because Lauren brings good energy. And Chad still isn't feeling Paige. All right. So, that irritates me because, again, I get it. Lauren threw a monkey wrench, but you should have told Paige that you wasn't interested in her. Anyway, over at Joshua and Mama Oma's, he will be painting with the ladies. Mama Oma is somewhere else. So he wants to be able to talk to the ladies and bring them full disclosure about what he do for a living. So the ladies talk with Joshua about the sports that they play because he asked a question about sports. So Joshua then disclosed to them that he's a football player. Chambrielle said, she didn't have no time to process what he just said. And the fact that she said that because we're almost to the end and you're just now telling us. Anyway, Tamaris feel like she know what Josh need in a partner, and she feels like she checks his boxes. And in order to know, she checks his boxes in order to be able to cater to his needs. She said the things that she don't know, she will work to check the boxes that are unchecked. And I'm just like, Tamaris, is he checking boxes on your list? I don't know. It's always how production always shaped this stuff. And now it's trying to make it seem like since he disclosed this information, it almost to me trying to make it makes you, the way production is showing it, as if now she's trying to gain more interest because of what he do. And I'm pretty sure that's not what that is. But at the same time, you're doing all of this trying to give. What is he going to give to you emotionally, in that area? So Joshua said he didn't want to lead with that. But I said this, that's what he has been leading with. And it didn't turn out good for him. So now you're trying to pack this on these ladies as if they're going to do the same thing that happened to you prior. That's not fair. So Chambrielle says she's dated all types of, high value guys. And she said, basically, if they didn't show up how they were supposed to show up, baby, it's over. I'm leaving you and I'm moving forward. And that is what I like about Chambrielle. She is sure of herself. So whether you here or you're not here, I'm still going to be me and I'm still going to do me. I create, she creates her own good life. And you coming along, it's cool, but I create my own life for me. You have other people who need somebody to come along and create a life for them in order to have value. Chambrielle already knows the value she has. She knows the value that she carries. So, hey, you come in, it's a plus, but I've dated men like you. So I wasn't mad at that. Anyway, Joshua said in his confessional he don't believe what they're saying because would they believe the same thing if it was them? That pissed me off because, again, Joshua has always led with him being a football player in the past. And unfortunately, he ended up getting hurt by it. Yeah. And so because of that, he has trust issues. I get it. I guess I don't know. Anyway, over at Chad and Katina's, y'all, Paige is wondering if Lauren would not have left, who was gonna be the one to get eliminated. So, Jasmine, in her, I want to say she said in her confessional, she said she doesn't know how to feel about anything anymore. And I think that's coupled with the fact that Lauren has left. The dynamics has changed and how how Chad has been showing up. And I want to add, maybe it's because, they've been, in a room together twice. So I don't know. She says she doesn't know how to feel about it. So Chad is tripping at this moment. He said F it when it comes to when Jasmine asked him, hey, have you talked to Paige? Just rip it off with a band-aid and yada yada yada. And his whole demeanor was like he don't care when it came to talking to Paige. He tells Jasmine he do what he want to do, and that's probably why Lauren left. Again, were you there when she left? You know why she left. Anyway, he's mad. And so I will think that will raise up a red flag for Jasmine, if you ask me. So Jasmine says Chad only cares about him. It's two girls, it's now two girls in this situation. Chad really don't like Paige like that. So Chad tells Paige, he goes to pull Paige to the side and he tells her that he's not physically attracted to her. And I feel like you're taking all of this anger and angst out on Paige, when you were the one who set all of this in motion. Your poor choices. You set all of this in motion. So at this point, she's hurt, and she felt like she's been strung along, and she has. Paige feels like she's been gaslit, and she has. So he tells her if the physical attraction was that bad, then she wouldn't have gotten this far. Paige gets up. She was like, I'm out. And before she leaves, she goes to speak to Mama Katina, and she agrees with Paige for choosing herself. She was like, I want to commend you for choosing yourself. And that's the same thing Mama Katina told Lauren. She said, this is not the last of us having a conversation. So you can see that I don't know if she has a rapport like that with Jasmine, but I think she has more of a rapport with Paige and Lauren than maybe Jasmine. And Jasmine is a sweet girl. So Paige goes to Jasmine's room and she tells Jasmine she was leaving the night. Y'all, I am going to say this. Everything Paige said made me cry. Because from one woman to another woman, when you choose yourself and realize I don't have to sit here and deal with this shit, that made me feel proud. But I was crying because I was triggered, because I know how Paige felt in that moment talking to Chad. Like, he made her feel like she didn't matter. And the reason why I didn't bring it to y'all, I didn't record this particular day. I'm not gonna lie. This part, it took a lot out of me, and it made me cry to tears. Like, yeah, you're gonna cry tears. It just made me cry, and I just couldn't stop crying. So I was like, yeah, I can't bring this video to y'all today. Anyway, she said that she hate that now this is her talking to Jasmine. They allow him to behave in that manner, and Jasmine Jasmine is feeling the wrath of it. She says, how weak of a man would you be to put down a black woman to save yourself? Like, lie on me, a black woman, when he knows that we have it tough. What would Lauren say? She said she never wants Jasmine, her experience to affect Jasmine's experience. She said if it did, she's sorry. She also says if she would have known, she would have left a long time ago, because her value and her bond with Jasmine is way more valuable than her bond with him. Jasmine really starts to cry and says she doesn't know what to do now. Jasmine is stuck, and Jasmine kind of won by default, but Paige said she felt like when Lauren left, she thought about leaving herself, but she still wanted Jasmine to be able to see it through. She also said she told Jasmine she couldn't do it anymore, and she's just like Lauren. She chooses her. Y'all, when she told Jasmine, I wasn't able to do this anymore. Y'all, when y'all get to that point in any relationship, it's time to go. And so she said she can't be there with someone who hasn't truly owned up to what they've done. She hugs Jasmine, and I was just like, man, my girl Paige messed the city up with this one. She messed me up. Because I was crying, y'all. Paige messed the city up with this one. But I was proud, okay? Okay, I was proud. All right. Whew. Let me gather myself. Anyway, so over at Joshua and Mama Oma, Joshua and Chambrielle goes ATV riding. And first of all, I am talking to you, Miss Chambrielle, ma'am. You're about to make me go back to the gym, okay? The lady makes me want to work, challenge me to work extremely hard, okay? Anyway, I'm just saying, sis, sis got the yeah with the yeah, and you know, you challenge a woman, okay? That's all I'm saying. So he actually got her some flowers and some Popeye's chicken. And y'all, I didn't know you can go ATV riding in Houston. Yeah. Anyway, that looked fun, because I ain't never been ATV riding. Alright? So y'all, Chambrielle says she dated high profile people, so it doesn't change anything for her. And so in the next scene, Mama Oma is excited for him and Tamara, him and Chambrielle going out on a date. Tamara didn't like Joshua connecting with Chambrielle, and I'm just like, girl, why? That's what's been happening. Like, I don't know. So Joshua and Tamaris go out on a date. He actually teaches her to ride a bike. Now, I didn't know she didn't know how to ride a bike. I may have missed that. And so he wants her to be more open with him. And Joshua thinks she's open now because it's he thinks either because everything is about to end, or is it because he's a professional ball player. And I was like, this is what I don't understand. You asked this lady to be open. She opened herself up. Now you questioning her being open. Okay, Joshua. So Tamaris goes into Joshua's room, and he was like, I just want to know why she's sneaking in my room. I guess. Anyway, Chad and Katina. So Chad is going to ask Jasmine to be in a committed relationship with him. Chad is still pissing me off. Just the way he looked pisses me off. So Chad is very dismissive regarding Paige's concerns, and Jasmine at this point is extremely confused. Chad is full of shit, and he has mama issues. And y'all, let me say y'all, because Mama Katina was, and I've really grown to like Mama Katina. Okay? I like her. And then he says to her, he says, I think in his confessional, that Jasmine's posture was aggressive. What does that mean? Anyway, at this point, I feel like he's playing in Jasmine's face, and I feel like you don't like to lose, so you're picking her by default. I don't think he was, if he had all three women, I think he was going to send Paige home. I don't think he was going to pick Jasmine. And I think he got what he got from Jasmine, but I think he was going to pick Lauren. That's how I see it. So at this point, I feel like Chad is telling Jasmine whatever she want to hear at this point. He asked her to date exclusively, and she said no. And when I tell y'all, I couldn't be more prouder than I was of Miss Jasmine, because he needed to be knocked down a peg or two or three or four or five. Okay, she said she wasn't ready, and I'm not mad at that. So he said he was thrown off, and he said it was fine, and his whole demeanor is like this. He has no emotional awareness. Like, I feel like everything he did was a ploy. Like, it was just to get whatever he needed. Anyway, he said it was fine. If that's what she want, it's fine. No, it's not. No, it's not. You feel away. You feel away. Anyway, Jasmine said she had to take into account how he handled the Paige situation in the other situations. Katina said Chad's, they talked. She said Chad's attitude was arrogant because he felt rejected. She also said that he has a nonchalant attitude and it can be callous. Chad is emotionally unavailable, okay? Katina asks, do you feel some type of conviction? Do you feel a little bit convicted about your actions, how you showed up in the end? He said, well, it was such a short time. Really? Was it really? So you couldn't show no remorse because it was a 3-week process. Lord. But you got mad when Lauren left. You felt the way. Chad, please get out of my face with these. So Katina gets emotional in her confessional. And she wants her son to show up emotionally better. And I don't know. So this is where the episode ends. Tomorrow I will try to bring y'all the episode 12. I don't know. 12, I think. The one from last night. Yes, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.